On KLEA Hobbs Lovington, Cool 95.7. Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7 is brought to you by Lasco Construction, the Lee County State Bank, TDS, and the First American Bank of Hobbs. Hobbs Eagle Basketball on 95.7 also brought to you by Forest Tire Company, Hobbs Express, Thriftway, and Elite Home Health Care. Now let's take you live to the arena with Ron Gunter and the voice of the Hobbs Eagles, Ty Friend. It's Hobbs Eagle Basketball right here on Cool 95.7 and the Cool 95.7 app.
Welcome, everyone, to Albuquerque, New Mexico, the site of the APS Metro Tournament, live on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Ty Friend, Ron Gunner with you here in the Duke City, and Evie Stuber back at the station as your Hobbs Eagles finish up their fourth and final day here at the Metro Tourney, taking on the private school here in Albuquerque, one of the best schools in the state when it comes to basketball, and that is the Hope Christian Huskies. Well, tough game last night for the Eagles. Ron, Hobbs losing a heartbreaker by 72-70, a game they probably should have won against Rio Rancho High School, led through three quarters. Rio Rancho came back, especially from their three-point shooting. They had 8 trays in that ball game and a lot of free throw shots as well to pull up with that 2-point win. And Hobbs felt probably they got robbed in a game that they could have had under their belts as a W, but unfortunately that's the way it bounces. They got another game to finish up the tournament against a very tough Hope Christian team who is currently ranked 5th in the 4A Max Preps poll.
Yeah, and unfortunately some of that happened to be left on the floor when they could not make their free throw shots. That was something that if Hobbs had done, it would have been a closer game, probably even a victory for Hobbs. It did not work out that way, and now we're stuck with the consolation prize of facing against Hope. And that should be a good game either way because, like you said, Hope is a very good school, and they're definitely not going to be an easy task for this Eagles team.
Last night's game, big production from Abraham Pena, finishing up with 29 points. He was 14 of 19 from the free throw line, so lots of chances to get some free throws added to his totals there. So almost half of his points, very close to half of his points, was from the free throw line in that ball game. He also had 4 rebounds. Others double digits. Braylon Vega with 13 points, perfect on the charity stripe, 2 for 2. And he had one of the 2 3-pointers the Eagles converted yesterday. Vega had one and Pena the other, so not a lot of outside shooting going down for the Eagles. Vega with 5 rebounds as well. Jairus Turbiantis with 13 points. He was 1 of 3 from the line and had 5 rebounds as well. So those are your 3 top scorers. A big drop-off from the scoring after that, although Parker Henderson did manage 7 points and 8 rebounds in that contest. He was also perfect on the line at 1 of 1. Hobbs had 57% free throw shooting, 20 out of 35, so a few more of those would have helped them possibly get the W, as you mentioned. They did out-rebound their opponent, Rio Rancho, in that game, 36-33, thanks to the 9 boards for David Malachi, who was a leading boardman for the Eagles, and 8 for Parker Henderson. Both teams kind of sloppy on the offense. Both had 20 turnovers in the contest. A lot more for Rio Rancho in the first half, and Hobbs started to add on in the second half, unfortunately, towards the end of that ball game. So that pretty much sets what happened yesterday in the contest. Hobbs now 5-10 on the season. The team they're taking on today, Hope Christian, is under 500, 5-6, but that's kind of deceiving because they've had a lot of 5A games they've played so far. They just play in the 4A division, but 7 of their 11 games against 5A opponents. They are 2-5 against the 5A, 2-1 against their own division, and 1-0 against the 3A. They've taken on the likes of El Dorado, lost to them by 17. They beat Albuquerque High by 7 earlier this season, lost to Oregon Mountain by 10. Of course, the Eagles lost to Oregon Mountain by 13, so they did a little bit better against that squad from Las Cruces. Lost to Highland, a 5A squad, by 20 points. A couple other 5A teams they played. Santa Fe lost to them by 10 points in the Rio Rancho Holiday Tournament a few weeks back, and then lost to Santa Fe yesterday in the game that they played against the Demons, 58-53, just a 5-point loss in that one. The first 2 rounds of this APS Metro Tournament lost to Trisco 73-66. Trisco, the number 4th ranked team in the 5A, so pretty good showing there against that squad. And they beat Cibola by 5, 52-47 a couple of days ago. Cibola, the 24th ranked team in the 5A. So definitely got some scores numbers on this team that the Eagles got to be waiting for, because this squad, by the way, or not just this team, but over the past years, they have 16 state championships, one less than the Hobbs Eagle program, of course, with the various coaches, Ralph Tasker, Russ Gilmore, and Mike Smith. But Jim Murphy has won all 16 state championships as the head coach, going all the way back to 1985. They did not win it last year, although they were in the championship, lost to Academy 70-39. But if you look at their numbers before that, they were the state champs in 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. So a big string of 6 in a row there. And, of course, like I mentioned, he even won back in 1985 as the head coach. So he's been there quite a few years. They had a record back in 2002 of 29-0. So Coach Jim Murphy, definitely a legend when it comes to coaching up here in Albuquerque, year after year playing in the state championship at the big tournament in the pit.
Yeah, he's not an easy win, to say the least. And, yeah, he's got credibility. Of course, you also have the factor that the guys, they're the ones that are playing. He is not. So, he can control them only so much, just like with Ronald Ross says. They can only do so much. They can tell them what to do, but they can't make them do it. So it's up to the team. It's up to the players to be able to go out there and hustle and try to make those shots, and at the very least get the rebounds and everything else they need to do on the court.
Yeah, speaking of scores, one that the Eagles have to be watching out for, Noah Perry. He definitely can put down the numbers. He's had a couple of games at 20-plus. They played in the Rio Rancho Holiday Tournament a few weeks ago, and had to play Santa Fe for the championship game. Santa Fe came back in overtime to win that one. 9 of their 13 points were on the free throw line. They were 9 of 10 for Santa Fe to come back and win over Hope Christian. So kind of a tough game for them to lose that. Noah Perry did get 2 free throws in regulation to put his squad up by 2 for Hope Christian. But again, Santa Fe did tie it up there at the end to go into overtime. A couple of guys, again, besides Noah Perry, Joe Gonzalez, he had 14, or actually, Noah Perry had 18 points to lead the team in that one. Nathan Saavedra with 14 and Ian Konigsberg with 13. So they had 3 in double figures against the Santa Fe Demons, a team that's ranked 5th in the Max Preps poll. So pretty impressive game there in that championship of the Holiday Tournament. They also beat another squad in that game, in that tournament, Navajo Prep, which is from the 3A, beat them pretty bad, 75-56. Perry had 25 in that one. Braden Garone had 14, and Xavier Otero had 13. So they have a lot of tendencies to have 3 in double figures and throughout most of their games this season. And again, they only lost by 5 to Santa Fe last night, 58-53. A team, again, ranked 5th in the Max Preps poll. So, again, their deceiving record of 5-6, but against 7 of their 11 games against 5A teams. That should tell you something about Hope Christian. Of course, they're a private school. They do be able to recruit and scout kids to come to their program. But Jim Murphy knows what he's doing with that squad.
Absolutely does, and he knows talent when he sees it. Of course, he's been there since '85. Not a lot of coaches can say that and be consistently good. Sometimes you kind of drop off in levels of experience or something happens in your game that you just never really change. You never really move with the times. Seems like he is doing so, and they are definitely there's going to be a struggle for Hobbs to get past. But you know what? None of these teams really are easy to get past, and Hobbs knows that they need to play straight, they need to play good, and definitely need to play with a team effort.
Of course, Hobbs with their 17 state championship. Ralph Tasker had 11 of those. Russ Gilmore 5, and Mike Smith 1 back in 2015. So a bunch of coaches helping out the Hobbs Eagle tradition, and of course going up against a guy that's been there for a long time in Jim Murphy. They have actually played in another tournament a couple of weeks back as well at the Armijo Classic, the Albuquerque Academy hosted tournament. Lost to Oregon Mountain by 10, lost to Highland Big by 20, but came back and won their last game of that tournament to Goddard. A 36-point winner in that one against a 4A squad. So a couple of 5As and then a 4A. So again, they play a lot of higher level teams. It's something the Eagles have to be watching out for. Now, if you're wondering how the Eagles squad has been doing here at the tournament in terms of point production, well, of course, Abraham Pena in 3 games has averaged 23.3 points a contest. He had 27 to start it off. With the loss to Highland, came back and got 14 against Monsanto and 29 last night in that big victory, or the 2-point loss, I should say, to Rio Rancho. So 23.3 points a game in the 3 contests so far here at the Albuquerque Metro Tournament. Vega right behind him at 11.7 a contest. He's been pretty consistent in the last 2 games. He had 18 against Monsanto and 13 against Rio Rancho last night. Not a lot of 3-point opportunities, though. The Eagles only managed 2 3-pointers in that game with the 2-point loss. Those are the two double-digit averages so far. Actually, moving up in the third spot is Jairus Turbiantes, and had a couple of great games the last two. 12 against Manzano and 13 last night against Rio Rancho. So he's up to 10 on the average now in point production. He's also second leading rebounder right now at 5.6 in the 3 games here at the Albuquerque Metro Tournament. And one guy who's seeing some steady performances, Parker Henderson, he is the leading rebounder on the team in the 3 games at 7.3 a contest and now averaging 6 points, although he did not score in last night's game against Rio Rancho. So some of the highlight players so far up through 3 games. We should also mention Malachi David when he gets an opportunity to get some time on the court. He's averaging 3.6 points a game and 5 rebounds a contest. We saw a couple of double subbing going on for the Eagles yesterday in their post players. Malachi David, Turbiantes, and of course Henderson, and a couple other guys being moved around in the post to see a different look out there. Hobbs started to show a man-to-man full court press, which was kind of moving around from the zone press that we saw, or trap press, previous games to that, and kind of some differences in that 5th starting spot too. We've seen some people rotating around. Today's roster shows Braylon Vega, Nick Pena moves back into a starting role. Abraham Pena, Jairus Turbiantes, and Parker Henderson, your starting 5 for the Eagles in this one. And for the Hope Christian Huskies, Xavier Otero, Nathan Saavedra, Noah Perry, who's their leading scorer, Ian Konigsberg, and Nico Gutierrez. I should mention, Ron, Nico Gutierrez, their starter, is their tallest player at 6'3", going up against Parker Henderson at 6'11", and that has been kind of the trend throughout this tournament. He has been dwarfing over these players that he's gone up against so far. Yeah, and it's just all he needs to do is work on his hands. He seems to be missing a little bit of coordination on that sometimes. He missed the tip off a little bit, just slipped out of his hand. And then there's an occasional time when he either gets a pass or he tries to go for a rebound, doesn't quite work out, or he goes under the basket, is unable to handle the ball to get it cleanly into the basket, tries to shuffle it. And by that time, he's already got defense on him, and then, unfortunately, turnovers happen because of that. But I think he's getting stronger. I think he's getting more confident each and every game. I just hope that he gets a little faster, especially with this one, and then moves on so that way when he's in the district, it is second nature to him. Eagles wearing their black uniforms, white numbers, and gold trim, and it will be Hope Christian, their white and black numerals. We will take a quick 30-second break. Get ready for tip-off. The Hobbs Eagles and Hope Christian, final game of the APS Metro Tournament, live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Back live here at El Dorado High School in Albuquerque, the APS Metro Tournament, Day 4, as we get ready for a tip, Hobbs and Hope Christian. And it's a big tip for the Eagles. Henderson gets it ahead to Vega, and already a little scoop shot as he rolls it in for 2. Hobbs on the board first, 2-0 here in the first quarter. Hope Christian with a couple of passes beats the press. Noah Perry into the front court on the left wing, gets tied up. Actually, ball gets knocked out of his hands. Thought that might have been a jump ball, but Vega diving on the floor to punch it away from the guard Noah Perry, and that will be for the Hobbs Eagles. Turnover there off the leg of Perry that time, so already the first turnover of the game for Hope Christian. Nick Pena with the basketball, going one-on-one against Perry to the left wing. Unloads to Pena, drives baseline, goes to the hoop, gets tripped, throws up a shot with his left hand, kind of stumbled forward towards the basket, but they're going to call the foul, hopefully a shooting foul on this one, as that will go against Perry, his first personal, first team foul, and they're going to call that on the ground, so no shot on that one. Hobbs will have it in the left base underneath their hoop, leading 2-0. Quick inbound to Pena, wide open left 3 is off the back of the rim. You had 2 defenders coming out. Turbiantes goes up strong to put it back on the right glass for 2. Goes to throw the hole, and the Hobbs Eagles now up 4-0 quickly in this one. Hope Christian beating the press, though, as they get it up court to the left wing to Saavedra. Takes a few dribbles and hands it off behind. Perry's going to force off a 3 off the back of the rim. Actually, that was Otero. Rebound on the right block. Pulled down by Gutierrez. Sends it to the free throw line. Shot on the way, and a complete steamroll as Parker Henderson ran over the top of Nathan Saavedra. Flattened him to the floor, and Henderson kind of coming up a little wobbly there. Thought they were going to call a foul. I think they just stopped the action because 2 players were all tangled up on the ground. There was no foul call on that one, although it looked like Henderson might have ran over him that time on D. So no good on the shot, went out of bounds, but it's 4-0 Eagles. Into the front court comes Pena, dribbling through his legs. Right on top of him is Perry, unloads to Pena on the right wing. Crossover to his left hand, right elbow, double clutch. Over the glass and count it, 2. Another bucket. Eagles going hard at the rack 3 times in a row. Hobbs up 6-0 early. 6:46 left first quarter. To the other end, left baseline, Saavedra. Goes it up top, 3 shot on the way, and a swish quickly through the net for Ian Koenigsberg. First bucket of the game for Hope Christian, now 6-3 Eagles. Across the timeline is Pena, top of the circle. Throws it down low to Henderson with the reverse layup attempt, knocked out of his hands. His defender was flat on his back, tripped and fell to the floor. Nathan Saavedra, he was trying to beg the official for a foul. They're going to call the foul on the shot, though, as Henderson went up to the right side. Had his wrist ripped from behind, so he'll get 2 free throws. That will be the second team foul against Hope Christian. I believe they called that one on Koenigsberg, his first. So on the line will be Henderson. He was 1 for 1 last night. First free throw is up and a swish for him. Henderson at 50% this season, 10 of 20 from the line, now making 11 of 21. He'll get 1 more. Already 4 scores for the Eagles as Henderson gets his second attempt, up 7-3. Second shot is good as well, a swish. 2 for 2 on the line, Henderson, 8-3, Hobbs by 5. Their biggest lead of the ball game. Actually, we were up by 6 earlier. 6:25 remaining here in the first. Long pass across the timeline, converted to Gonzalez. Kicks it to the left corner to Gutierrez. Up top to Perry for a 3. In and out, no good. Rebound underneath on the left side. High off the glass, count it for Nathan Saavedra. Nobody blocking him out that time. He's got his first bucket. 8-5.
Ooh.
Another collapse as Henderson runs over his defender at the other end of the court. That's happened a couple of times. Completely flattened Nathan Saavedra. Got away with it one time. Now he's smiling as he runs back, picks up the foul, though.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's kind of a concept they already want to do. They want to get the big guy in trouble, go over there and have him run him over and cause those fouls.
Eagles going with the trap, but they're going to beat it through the Huskies as Perry will throw it across the timeline. Tries to get it back from Otero. Deflected in the lane. Saavedra is going to go with the scoop shot right. Goes out the hands of Henderson. Rebound on the left block by Koenigsberg. Fires up a 10-footer from the left baseline and swishes it through. He's got 5 points now as he leads the Huskies. 8-7 at the other end. They post up. Henderson tries to turn and throw it towards the hole. Gets bodied up, a foul. Ball comes underneath the rim, but he'll get a chance for 2 more free throws here. As they'll call the foul on Nico Gutierrez, his first. 13th already on the Huskies. And they're going to call that on the ground. Boy, he was on the free throw line waiting for the check from the official, but they're going to say it was on the ground. Make inbound right baseline. Throw it into Turbiatis left wing, down to Pena left corner. Spots a 3 and a swish right through the rack. Big time shot there for Pena. He's got 5 points. First tray of the game for the Eagles, up 11-7. Quickly in the front court, though, Perry for the Huskies gets bumped into by Pena, no call. Swings over to right wing to Kinnensburg. Dumps it right base to Otero. 10-footer swatted away as Henderson sends it to the Hobbs Eagle bench on the right sideline. So he's really doing a better job of blocking shots the last couple of ball games, really timing them well.
That was his second.
Inbound to the backcourt, or to the base, to the timeline to Perry. Pass to Otero on the right wing. Tips it up top to Gutierrez. Swing up left side to Perry. He wants to fire a 3 while ricochets in and out. No good. Henderson gets it for a second, but bobbles it off his knee and knocks it out of bounds. So he does get the rebound, but lost the basketball after that for the turnover.
It was slapped out of his hands, and he tried to control it, but again, it went off his knee and out of bounds.
Perry will inbound from the left baseline underneath the Huskies hoop. Get it in the left corner to Otero. Drives the left block. Stopped by Vega. Kicks back left wing to Gutierrez. Cross court right to Perry. Driving to the right corner. Spins. Sends it to the free throw line to Saavedra. He spins in the lane as well. That's double team pressure with a big man putting his hand up in his face that time, Henderson. And they try to get the ball out to the right, knocked out by Pena in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench on the right sideline. Quick inbound from Otero to the backcourt, sending up the offense to Perry. Perry dribbles through his legs as he comes across the timeline, unloads to Otero on the right wing, tries to be right baseline, throws up a double clutch, no good, gets his own rebound, can't get it to drop. On the right side, Pena off to the races after his board. Comes down the lane against 2 defenders, lefty reverse layup and scores. Nice ball control in the air there by Pena with 7 points to lead the Eagles. Coach Murphy wants to talk to his Huskies and the timeout. 4:38 left, first quarter, Hobbs 13. Hope Christian 7. We're back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Back here, first quarter action at El Dorado High School. Fourth and final day of the APS Metro Tournament. Your Hobbs Eagles lead Hope Christian. I keep wanting to say the Washington Huskies, the college football runner-up this year. 13-7, Hobbs by 6, and a good pace for the Eagles so far, and getting ahead of their defense up the court transition. 7 points already for Pena, Ron.
Yeah, even though this had been a kind of a slow pace as far as scoring, Hobbs has been doing very well as getting the ball and trying to keep around it, making sure that Hope has to work for every single point.
Man-to-man, full-court pressure. They're going into a trap as well for the Eagles as they get the ball across the line. Hope Christian, Otero down the left corner to Saavedra. Guarded closely by Pena. Underhands it right behind him to Otero and back to the timeline to Perry. Near side left to Otero on the left wing. Posting up Saavedra on the left block. Kick it up top. Faking a three. Gutierrez drives the lane. Lost the ball in traffic. And Parker Henderson rips it out of his hands. Second turnover for Hope Christian. Pena with the ball now. Getting the pass from Nick Pena as he comes across the timeline off the dribble. Going one-on-one against Perry. Over to the left wing. To Vega, kicks it in the lane to Turbiatis, swing it right side to Pena, puts his head down, goes through two defenders, lost the ball. It's knocked off the hands of Konigsberg. He actually almost handed it to Konigsberg at his chest. Konigsberg bobbled it and went out of bounds, so Hobbs retained possession. Pena quickly gets it in to Pena, top of the circle, throws up a three on a double post screen there, and fires it through for another tray. Pena with 2 trays now. He leads the team with 10 points in the first quarter. A steal on the inbound. Pena going up strong with it. Misses the shot from the point blank on the right side of the rim and put back up by Turbiatis on the left glass for 2. He's got 4 points and 2 rebounds after the steal from Pena. That was the third Huskies turnover. They come into the front court, get the ball up top to Konigsberg. Fadeaway 3 out the back of the rim. No good underneath the hoop. Going up strong with it is Gutierrez. Goes over the front of the iron and scores. Kind of a lean shot there. His first bucket and 2 rebounds now. 18-9. The Eagles doubling up on Hope Christian. And they were up by as many as 11. Sub coming in for the Eagles. Beatty checks in for Henderson. And also on the court, Malachi David in for Nick Pena. Painted inbound in front of the Hope Christian bench on the left side. Gets it into Vega left corner. Gets some tough pressure by Otero. Trying to drive around and gets it stripped from behind. A double team as Saavedra gets a hand on it. Second Eagle turnover. Pass coming across the timeline to Otero right wing. Fakes a 3. Goes to the lane instead. Throws a high shot with 2 hands off the right glass and puts it through. His first bucket. 18-11. Eagles by 7. Vega throws it over to Beatty left corner. 15-footer with a fade off the back of the rim. Pulled down by David, but didn't get a grip on it. Stripped out of his hands at the fingertips. Knocked out on the baseline. Hobbs basketball on the right base, leading by 7. Beatty to inbound with 2:50 left here in the first quarter. Beatty's got the chuck it back deep to David, top of the circle. Gives it back to Beatty, right corner. Sends it to the timeline to Pena. Couple of dribbles against a double team. Finds Vega open left corner. He's going to spot an NBA 3 off the back of the rim. David goes back up with 2 hands and fires it off the glass right side for 2. Malachi David, 2 points and a rebound now. 20-11. Steal on the inbound. Beatty goes to the rack left side. Counted on a block foul. High off the glass and scored from the left side after the steal for Beatty, his first bucket. So Eagles really starting to take advantage of that pressure defense.
Exactly. They're making some offensive points off those defensive turnovers, and they've had quite a few. They've had about 3 steals so far, 4 steals for the Eagles so far in this second quarter.
Yeah, 4 Husky turnovers, just 2 for the Eagles, and Beatty a chance to add his points now. He's shooting 53% this season as he makes the free throw. Beatty now with 3 points. Hobbs already have 6 scores in this game, 23-11. Their biggest lead is 12. Long pass to the other end, left block is Feist. Tries to get it to the right corner, and the ball is knocked out of bounds as Turbiatis dove for the pass. Did touch him last, so it will be Husky basketball, deep right corner of the front court near the Hobbs Eagle bench. Inbound back deep to Perry. Sends it back to the right wing to Otero. Crossover move. Up top to Perry again with his left hand around the circle. Continues down the lane. Hippity hop, left block, fade away. Count the bucket. They're going to call the push foul on the Eagles. Perry puts his first bucket through. And a chance for a 3-point play.
It will be against Turbiatis.
That'll be his second team foul against the Eagles here in the first quarter. A chance for that 3-point play. 2:11 left first quarter, 23-13. As we wait for that free throw. Shot is up and good. A swish for Perry. He's got 3 points. It's now 23. 14, 9-point game. Beatty, Pena, Turbiatis, Vega, and David in the game for the Eagles. As Pena will bring up the dribble. Comes across the timeline against a new player. That's Diego Gonzalez, his defender. Shot up top to Beatty. Beatty faked a pass back door, drives the lane, a runner shot down the paint, and throws it off the glass for 2. Nice shot in the air for Beatty that time with good body control. He's got 5 points. The steal on the inbound goes back door, but they're going to call the charge. Beatty came down the left side of the paint and ran over his defender as he went right over the top of the guard that stepped up in front of him there. That was Christian McConkey, who took a major tumble to the floor. He's going to get subbed out. It looked like he was hit hard. That was a turnover, though, for Hope Christian, but given back on the charge by Beatty. So Beatty's first personal, third team foul, and the third turnover for the Eagles. Sub for the Huskies on the court. Nico Gutierrez, their biggest kid at 6'3", coming in for Nathan Saavedra. Hobbs Eagles matching up man-to-man before the inbound. Comes into the deep left corner to Perry. Up that left sideline to Gutierrez. Cross-court right to Gonzalez to the free throw line. Returns it back to Gutierrez in the left corner, guarded by Beatty. Cross-court right on the perimeter to Gonzalez. Dumps it to the right baseline, going hard to the rack. Feist double clutch and scores over the right rim. Feist with his first bucket of the game, 25-16. Eagles still by 9. Here comes Pena on the far left sideline, dribbling through his legs to the right side of the lane. Tries to turn and fire a shot, gets a double team. They're going to call the foul on the floor. Got a piece from Feist and Gonzalez on him that time. We'll see which one they call that against. They're going to call that against Gonzalez, his first 14th foul. They're going to call that a shooting foul, 2 for Pena. Actually, no, that is the double bonus they're calling on that one. So that's the 16th foul.
Correct.
As the first free throw's up and good for Pena. Pena with his first free throw of the ball game. Came into the contest shooting at 72%. He has the most attempts of the team at 98, make it 99 after that first one. Now that was his 100th free throw right there. So Pena gets them both. He's got 12 points to lead both teams, 27-16. And Pena throws a major hip into the dribbler in the backcourt near the free throw line. That was Diego Gonzalez, called a foul on Pena there. Pena's first and the 14th foul, one away from the double bonus for Hope Christian. Eagles going to match up man-to-man again. Cross-court left on the pass to Gutierrez. Brings it across the timeline. Stop and go. Spin to the left block. Fade up on a shot and throws it over the glass for 2. Count it. He was well out of balance that time, but still was able to throw it up over the top of Beatty and over his shoulder that one. Count the bucket for Gutierrez. He's got 4 points now. His first attempt at a free throw in the game.
That's one of those shots that's really hard to defend against, especially since he faded back, went ahead and got the foul, and caused up the extra point.
Free throw good. Huskies now 2 for 2 on the line. 27-19. Hobbs still up by 8. Eagles are perfect on the line as well. They're 5 for 5 for the charity stripe. Here comes Abraham Pena across the half-court line with 1:07 left in the quarter. Up by 8 to the right wing. Up top to Beatty. Beatty will send it to Vega at the free throw line. We've got a whistle off ball, a foul, screen foul going to be called. Look like in the area of Malachi David. We'll see. Yep, it is David that picks up the foul. That'll be his first, 15th foul. Not a shooting situation due to it being an offensive team control foul, but it will be a turnover for the Eagles, though. They're 4th of the ball game.
And both teams are in bonus now, so any fouls other than offense will cause the team to go to the line.
1:02 remaining here in the first. 27-19, Eagles by 8. The dribble now for Perry's. He comes across against Vega. Gets it down right corner to Otero. Firing a high rainbow 3 out the back of the rim. No good. Rebound by Gutierrez on the left block. Kicks it up top to Perry for another 3 attempt. This one right through the threads. He's got 6 points. That's the second tray converted by Hope Christian. And Coach Ross calls the timeout with 43 seconds left in the first quarter. 27-22. It's Hobbs by 5. We're back in 30 seconds of the Hobbs Eagle Network.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Back live here in Albuquerque at El Dorado High School. Ty Fred and Ron Gunner with you as the Hobbs Eagles holding on to a 5-point lead, 43.7 seconds left in the first quarter. An Eagles timeout. What do you think Coach Ross was talking to the troops about, Ron?
I think he was talking about just, keep your head, make sure that you're playing this game, and do not let them cause any more turnovers.
5-point Eagle lead as they bring it across the timeline. Pena with the basketball down to 38. Bounce pass to Beatty. Is stripped right in the passing lane. Taken the other way by Otero with the righty layup. Rejected by Pena. Parker Henderson comes down with the rebound. So the Hobbs Eagles escaping a turnover on that one. Actually got a turnover but not converted. Another steal as it's stripped away by Xavier Otero in the front court. So the Eagles have had 2 turnovers in a row after the timeout. Pass across to Otero. Cross court, left front court to Perry. Returns to Otero on the right wing with 14 seconds. Quick pass down to the left corner to Williams. Williams going to spot up a 3 and swishes it through. Turbiatas backed up a little bit from him, and Williams makes him pay for it. His first bucket of the game, 27-25. A 3-shot at the buzzer by Pena, well outside the top of the arc. Hits the glass, but no rim on that one. So the Hobbs Eagles now, we're up by 5 just seconds ago. Now only up by 2, 27-25 at the end of the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break and come back with more Hobbs Eagle Hoops action at the APS Metro Tournament. Stay with us.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
We've got a close one here at the APS Metro Tournament starting the second quarter. 27-25, Hobbs leading Hope Christian. Top scorers for the Huskies, 6 for Perry, 5 apiece for Kemmensburg and Gutierrez. Eagles led with Abraham Pena's 12, 5 for Beatty. It's Hope Christian basketball to start the second. Both teams had 6 rebounds in the first quarter, 3 3-pointers for Hope Christian, and the Eagles able to get 2 from Pena. The pass to the right corner for Otero. Pivots, hands it off behind him on the right corner again to Williams. Returns to Otero on the right wing. Up top to Gutierrez. He hands it back to the timeline to Perry. Backs it out to the left side against Beatty. Wrap around over to the right wing to Feist. Bounce pass to the left wing, kind of a short pass to Gutierrez. Had to come back for it. Up top to an open Otero. Drives the lane. Reverse layup on the right side. Scoops it up for 2. Otero with 4 points. It's now tied up at 27 for the first time in the ball game. At the other end, a pass to Vega, left corner, down low to Turbiatas. Triple team, goes up strong with the double clutch. It's pushed from behind, a foul on Xavier Otero. Both teams made it to the double bonus in the first quarter, and that'll send Turbiatas to the line to shoot 2. Eagles are perfect on the charity stripe so far at 5 for 5. And coming into this game for the Eagles, Turbiatas 47% from the charity stripe at 9 for 19. His first shot is up, and it is in and out, no good. He will get one more. Eagles coming into this last game of the APS tournament have shot from the free throw line in 3 games so far, 58%. Second shot's a swish for Turbiatas. He's got 5 points. Eagles have averaged 65.7 points a game at the tournament. Their opponent at 54.7, so Eagles have been outscoring them by about 11. Hobbs averaging 15 turnovers a game, 18 for their opponents. Shooting not as good on the free throw line, 58% versus 76. Driving to the free throw line, a shot for Hope Christian. Perry misses. Fade away on the rebound on the left block. No good for Nico Gutierrez, and pulled down by Parker Henderson for the Eagles, his 3rd board. Sends it head up top to Pena in the front court. And we got an offensive foul underneath. The Eagles are getting some screening fouls off ball a couple of times in the first quarter. It's happening again.
Yep, that's the second time. Not sure what's going on with that, but they need to clean it up.
Parker Henderson picking up his 2nd personal, first team foul against the Eagles. Hobbs on the average out rebounding their opponents in 3 games here at the tournament, 32 to 26 per game. Hobbs less 3-point shots, though. Their opponents 7.6 a game, only 5.5 for Hobbs. So we saw that last night with the Rio Ranchos, 8 threes versus 2 for the Eagles. 28-27 your score. Hobbs by 1. Driving to the far right sideline in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench, Noah Perry gets bodied into by Pena in the front court. They call the foul on Pena. So Hobbs starting to pick up some quick fouls here in the second quarter. Second on Pena, second team foul. Inbound to the backcourt for the Huskies. Perry will bring it across, unloads it, and gets it back from Gutierrez on the right wing in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. To Perry on the right side as well. Cross court left to Gutierrez. Drives baseline, a 5-footer. Bounce around the rim and good. Got the roll on that one. Gutierrez now with 7 points. He's the leading scorer now for the Huskies. 29-28. Hope Christian by 1. In the front court, Pena top of the arc. Finds Beatty on the left wing in front of the Christian bench. Double team against him to Henderson at the free throw line. Backdoor to David Hernandez. Gets stripped from behind, going up with 2 hands on the right block. He throwed his body towards the hole that time, but got fouled from behind. So Hernandez will get 2 free throws.
Yeah, he thought he got a clean swat on the ball. Instead, he hit his arm. Of course, that caused the foul.
Second team foul on Hope Christian. Foul called on Saavedra, his first. Hernandez shooting 45%, 5 of 11 for the season, and swishes his first free throw. First point of the game for Hernandez. Eagles have had 6, or make it 7, or yeah, 6. I said it right the first time. 6 scores so far in this game. One more now for Hernandez. Tied up at 29 and breaking the tie with the second free throw, 30-29 Eagles. 5:57 left, second quarter. Actually, we had 7 scores with those 2 free throws from Hernandez. Pass deep to Otero on the near side. Throws it across the timeline to Williams at the free throw line. Throws up an off-balance shot off the back of the rim. No good. And there's Henderson ripping down the board. His 4th of the game. Outlet to Pena in the front court. Left wing to Beatty left corner. Sends it down to Henderson in the lane. Triple team against him. Ripped out of his hands by Otero for the Hobbs Eagle turnover number 7. Coming across the timeline off the dribble. Perry going through his legs against Beatty. Slows it up now. One hand pass to Otero on the right wing in front of the Hobbs bench. Up top to Gutierrez. Fires up a 3. Off the back of the iron. Ball tipped in the air. Pulled down on top of the arc by Saavedra. His second board. Underhands it up top to Gutierrez. Drives the lane. A runner shot on the way. Misses out the back of the rim. Gets his own rebound. Goes back up. Off the glass. Count it. The banker goes through his 5th rebound and 9th point. Nobody blocking out Gutierrez. One thing Hope Christian is doing, they're following their shots. So a chance for a 3-point play. Coach Ross up and down the sideline now as he's going to bring in 2 subs. It'll be Turbiatis on the court and also Clay, Josiah Clay getting his first action. And now the free throw for Nico Gutierrez. Shot is up and it's off the back of the rim, no good. Pulled down the middle of the lane by Clay. Good way to start the game with the rebound.
Absolutely.
And he'll take the dribble across the timeline against double team pressure. Unloads the Pena left wing. Tries to thread the needle to the free throw line there to Turbiatis. Sails through the lane and goes out of bounds. I guess it was touched last by Hope Christian off the hands of Gutierrez. It'll be Hobbs basketball left baseline. Pena tries a backdoor to Clay on the bouncer. Stolen in the lane as it's taken away by Williams. Another Eagle turnover, number 8. Outlet to the far left sideline to Perry. He'll slow it down in the backcourt before coming across the timeline. Underneath 5 minutes remaining in the second. Pass over to Saavedra left wing. Crossover. Kick up top to Otero. NBA 3, a swish. Otero's first tray of the ball game. And that is number 4 for Hope Christian. They lead by 4, their biggest lead, 34-30. Ball pass down to Clay on the right baseline. 10-footer off the side of the rim, no good. Rebound on the right block. On the dribble now is Perry after his second rebound. In the front court, stop and go to the left elbow. Fires up a shot, and Clay reaches over from behind and gets him on the arm for the foul. Ball came off the front of the rim, no good. But 2-shot free throw attempts here for Perry. Clay will pick up his first personal, 3rd team foul on the Eagles. Not getting back quick enough on the transition defense.
No, they aren't. They were caught flat-footed a little bit on that one and just had to make up what they could. Just could not get the ball to block that shot.
Huskies 2 for 3 on the line. Made free throw on that one for Perry. He's 2 for 2 himself. He's got 7 points. Top score for them for Hope Christian. Gutierrez 9, and now 7 for Perry. For your Hobbs Eagles holding at 12 is Pena, all coming in the first quarter. 5 apiece for Beatty and Turbiatis. Second shot a swish for Perry. He's got 8. Perfect 3 for 3 from the line. Biggest lead of the game now is 6 for Hope Christian. Eagles were up by as many as 12 in the first quarter. In the front court, Seamus Wright, who just checked in for the right wing. Cross court left. The ball's ricocheted. Picked up by Turbiatis in the paint. Tries to throw up a shot. Knocked away by Otero. Pass off to the far right sideline to Perry. He'll bring it across against Seamus Wright to the free throw line with a big jump stop. Unloads left wing to Williams. Takes a few dribbles to the baseline. Gives it off to Gutierrez. Kicks it back up top to Perry. Perry comes down the right side of the paint. Goes up with a reverse slap right side and scores off the glass. Didn't yell at the official. Thought he had a foul against the Eagles, but not going to get it. 10 for Perry. Quickly to the other end. Eagles down by 8. A pass to Turbiantes in the paint. Sends it to Seamus Wright. Wide open left wing. His three is in and out. Ball gets tipped around. Turbiantes hits the floor. Tips it out to Wright in the left wing. Up top to Pena. That was Turbiantes' third rebound. Down wide open to Javen Hernandez for three. Out the left rim. No good. Turbiantes gets his big mitt on it, but couldn't get it pulled in. Knocked off his hands out of bounds on the baseline. But boy, big lead for Hope Christian. Up by 8, 38-30. Down by as many as 12 in the first quarter. Big turnaround for them, Ron.
Yeah, it is. And the Hobbs needs to figure out what's going wrong. They haven't scored very much in this quarter. They need to get back on the horse and get back on the scoring game.
Couple of passes, breaks the press. Pass to the right wing for three. Off the side of the iron. No good for Williams. It's tipped around underneath the hoop, pulled down by Javen Hernandez, deep left corner for the Eagles, his first rebound. Sends it ahead to Seamus Wright, down to Vega right corner, wide open for an 18-footer. Off the back of the rim, no good. Turbiantes goes back up with the front of the iron, couldn't get it to drop. Tries to get another grip on it, and it's knocked out of his hands. You're going to say he touched it last. 4 rebounds for Turbiantes for some point-blank shots that are not going through the hole, Ron.
Yeah, they just cannot buy a basket right now. Hopefully this will just be a quarter thing where they come back in the third quarter, fourth quarter, and be able to get more shots to put in.
They've only had 3 points in this second quarter so far. 2:55 left before the half, 38-30 Hope Christian. Top of the arc on the handoff to Otero. Slows it down and hands it back behind him on the right wing to Williams. Off the dribble, Williams goes back to the timeline, slides to the left side, guarded by Javen Hernandez. Dangerous pass to the timeline to Otero. Dribbles to the right wing, thought about an NBA three, decides against it. Instead gets it over to left wing to Diego Gonzalez. Drives the paint. Tries to hook pass around. It's stolen away by Javen Hernandez in the middle of the paint. 6 turnovers for the Huskies. Into the front court. Up top to Vega. Double team against him. Threads it to Seamus Wright in the middle of the paint. Up top to Vega. Swing it left side to Pena for a tray. Clinks out the left rim. No good. Rebound underneath by Otero. He gets fouled as Turbiantes comes over his back. Turbiantes picks up his second personal. 14th foul against the Eagles. Actually, that's number 5, and that will be a double bonus at the other end.
Yeah, Hobbs nowhere near foul double bonus yet, but they are for for Hope. The Huskies.
8 of 9 so far. The Hobbs Eagles at the free throw stripe, and Hope Christian has not had as many free throw attempts. They're starting to make a lot of them, though.
They are.
They were 4 of 5 from the line before that one, and now the free throw good for Otero, his first of the game. He's got 8 points for the Huskies and gets one more free throw. Second shot is up, and it's a swish.
Yeah, once again, it's coming down to the charity stripe points, and Hobbs is not getting enough of them, and Hope is getting a whole lot of them.
And that's the biggest lead of the game after those free throws. 10-point lead for Hope Christian, 40-30 your score. Hobbs Eagles take a timeout. 2:15 left before the half. We're back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family Pack Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. Quarter loin pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Still in a timeout here in Albuquerque, El Dorado High School. Final day of the APS Metro Tournament for the Hobbs Eagles, who trail Hope Christian 40-30. And Ron, Hobbs had a lot of scoring in the first quarter. Abraham Pena, especially with 12 points. He hasn't scored here in the second quarter. Eagles have only been able to manage 3 points here in the second.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. They just cannot seem to get a rhythm going on. Hope, of course, is actually causing that, too. They're disrupting the rhythm for the Hobbs Eagles. The defense is doing its job, but it's not getting enough turnovers or abilities to be able to get those points. And when they do, Hobbs is unable to score, drop a bucket.
Huskies on a 15-3 run here as we go through towards the end of the second quarter. Seamus Wright tries to catch a pass at the top of the arc front court, and he gets bodied into. And they call the foul against Hope Christian. That's going to be charged to Nico Gutierrez, his second, third team foul on the Huskies. Eagle basketball right baseline underneath the hoop. Sheamus to inbound with 2:08 left in the half, down by 10. Bounce it back door, but right in the hands of the defenders, waiting for it. They're trying to get it to Henderson. Gutierrez gets the steal. That's 9 turnovers for the Eagles. Coming in the front court, dribbling behind his back, Perry, fadeaway three, top of the arc, and nails it.
That was a 2.
They say his foot was on the line?
It was on the line, yes.
Yep. So he barely was short of the 3 there, but does have 12 points. Eagles almost get a steal taken away from him there as they try to get it to Baker across the timeline from Payne on the near side right, and double team coming up there to knock it away. Noah Perry and Ian Konigsberg. Does go out of bounds. Eagle basketball at the time stripe. Beatty checks in. He'll be the inbounder. Goes it high into Turbiatas in the front court. Drives it down the lane. Hippity hop. Reverse layup with 2 hands and scores off the left glass. Boy, he took a big step to get around that defender and made him pay for it. 7 points now for Turbiatas. 10-point lead for the Huskies. As big as 12 here in the second quarter. The same amount of points the Eagles were ahead by in the first quarter. Pass up top. Holding on to it is Perry. Swings it over the left side to Gonzalez. Dumps it in the paint to Gutierrez. Back up top to reset to Perry. Dribbles the right elbow with the bounce pass over to Konigsberg on the right wing. Cross court left to Gonzalez. Back to the timeline to Perry. Coach Murphy jumping out of the court, yelling for his team to move the ball around the perimeter a little bit more. Double team with Pena and Turbiatas. Pass down to the right corner. 3 on the way for Gutierrez off the side of the rim. No good. Pulled down by Henderson for the Eagles. His 5th rebound. Outlet to Vega, crossover move through 2 defenders down the front court. Back to Henderson, turnaround jumper from the right block off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound for Hope Christian by Saavedra, his 3rd. Throws it back deep in the backcourt to Perry to run some clock here with 46 seconds left in the half. Eagles down by 10. Perry slowing it down as he comes across the timeline. Middle of the court. Bounce pass to the free throw line to Gutierrez. Kick out left wing to Gonzalez. Back to the timeline to Perry. To Gonzalez on the yo-yo pass left. They thread it down low to Gutierrez. Reverse layup right side and scores as it bounces around the rim. Gutierrez now with 11 points, 6 of those here in the second quarter. A 12-point lead, matching the highest for Hope Christian. At the other end, Pena's going to spot a 3 from the left wing. Nothing but net. Pena gets his first points of the second quarter, his 3rd tray of the ball game. He's got 15, 44-35, a 9-point game, 8 seconds left in the half. Stop and go dribble now. Perry to the free throw line, unloads the left wing to Gonzalez, drives the lane, a hook, semi-hook on the left block, no good off the back of the rim. Fadeaway jumper at the buzzer by Saavedra, falls short of the iron. But the Hobbs Eagles have a big hole to dig out of, up by as many as 12 in the first quarter, down by as many as 12 in the second quarter, trail by 9 at the half, 44-35 to Hope Christian. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagles stats and as well as Hope Christian's in 3 minutes live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Forest Tire, mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
Welcome back to Albuquerque here at El Dorado High School, day 4 of the APS Metro Tournament. The Eagles taking on Hope Christian, the team out of the 4A, 5-6 record for them. Eagles come in at 5-10. Right now at the half, Hobbs down by 9, 44-35. Both teams have had 12-point leads. The Eagles in the first quarter and Hope Christian in the second quarter. Let's look at the numbers. First of all, for Hope Christian, the Huskies, Noah Perry, who is their team leader in scoring throughout the season, does have 12. He is 3 of 3 from the charity stripe, has 1 tray and 2 rebounds. Nico Gutierrez, their big post player, with 11 points. He is 1 of 2 from the line with 5 rebounds. Those are the 2 in double digits. Xavier Otero with 9 points. He's 2 for 2 on the line with 2 boards. 3 points for Caden Williams off a tray, a bucket for Nathan Savater for 2 and 4 rebounds. Daniel Feist coming off the bench for a bucket and 2 points. So far in the first half, 7 scores for Hope Christian. Almost perfect from the charity stripe, 6 of 7 for 85%. They have 1 more rebound than the Eagles at 13-12, led by Gutierrez with 5 and Savater with 4. They've had 6 turnovers in the first half. And for your Hobbs Eagles, their leading scorer is Abraham Pena. He had 15 points, 12 of those in the first quarter, has hit 3 trays so far, well ahead of the scoring for the Eagles with 1 rebound. Jairus Turbiatis with 7 points. He's got 4 boards and 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Braddock Beatty has 5 points, 1 for 1 from the line. A lot of other guys with 2 apiece. Braylon Vega hit a bucket. Javen Hernandez with 2 points and a rebound. Malachi David, a bucket and a rebound. And Parker Henderson with 2 for 2 free throw shooting and 5 boards. Again, Eagles trailing by 1 in the rebounding category, 13-12, as Henderson leads with 5 boards, Turbiatis with 4. Hobbs doing really well on the free throw line in this one, 8 of 9 for 88%. They do have 3 3-pointers. We mentioned all those coming at the hands of Abraham Pena compared to 4 for Hope Christian. And the turnovers so far, a lot of those mounting up in the second quarter too, Ron. A total of 9 for 6 for Hope Christian. So saw a bunch of those coming in the second quarter as Hope Christian came down from 12 and then took this 9-point lead here at the half.
Yeah, in fact, they didn't even have any steals in the first quarter, but they did mount them up in the second. As a team, they had 7. It was Otero that had 4 or 5 it was for him. He's been pretty much all over the court. It seems like anywhere that the ball is, he's near it or he's on top of it, and he's causing those turnovers, and that is not helping the cause for Hobbs. They think it's one of the reasons why they have slipped down as far as they did as far as the lead. Steals, though, started off strong in the first quarter, ended up getting 5 in the first half for Hobbs. Hasn't really helped so much in the second as much. They didn't have as many as they did in the first, so they weren't able to keep up with the steal-wise. But otherwise, I think they're doing pretty good as far as trying to keep the ball going, getting, at least for Hope anyway, it seems like either it's a plan or it's something that Hobbs is causing them to do on the defense where they're having to struggle to get an open shot. Seems like they're having to pass it around a little bit more than they want to, maybe not sure how they play exactly, but it seems like that Hope is getting some good shots, so that is unfortunate for Hobbs. There are also those kinds of shots that are hard to defend against, and when they do, they seem to call up a foul against them, and that is not helping them either. That's the reason why Hope is doing so well on the line. They're getting more of those opportunities than Hobbs is.
Well, these two teams played a long time ago, 2013 and 2014. Both of those years, Hope Christian was the state champ at the 4A division. 2013, Hobbs beat them bad, though, 90-73. That was at Tasker Arena. And then in 2014, Hope Christian returned the favor, winning 75-72 at home in Albuquerque here by 3. So, again, a little bit of history between the two teams. Of course, they play in different divisions, so they don't get a chance to see each other that often. But when there were some Albuquerque road trips years back, Hobbs would manage to pick them up on the schedule. Well, the Eagles trail by 9 here at the half, 44-35 to Hope Christian. They are ranked number 5 in the Max Preps poll, number 4 in the coaches poll. Hobbs Eagles at number 18 in the Max Preps poll. And we'll come back here in 2 minutes to get ready for the second half of action. You're listening live to Hobbs Eagle Hoops on Cool 95.7, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Hobbs Cool 95.7 Facebook page.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family pack choice boneless beef chuck roast, $4.99 a pound. Quarter loin pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Welcome back to the Hobbs basketball. We're at Golden Eagles Arena, so we're always looking at the Eagles, hoping that they'll win. We got the sponsors here for you, and we love them all. Lasco Construction, Forest Tire, TDS, Hobbs Express, Thriftway, Lee County State Bank, Elite Home Healthcare, NMR Pipeline, and First American Bank of Hobbs. We're going to start the third quarter, and Ty has got the call.
APS Metro Tournament, fourth and final day here at El Dorado High School. Hobbs down by 9, 44-35. Eagles will start the third quarter with the basketball. They started the game on a 6-0 run, but Pena gets stripped as he comes across the timeline. Tip turnover for the Eagles. Take it to the rack to the other end, and laying it up on the right side is Otero. He's got 11 points. Not a good way to start now. Hobbs down by 11. Pena jumps in the air as he comes across the timeline, finds Vega on the right side, and swishes through a three-pointer in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench. Good way to stroke it through for the Eagles. He's got 5. That's the fourth tray of the game for the Eagles. 46-38, an 18-footer at the other end, swished on the left side of the paint as it's put through by Nico Gutierrez quickly for the Huskies. He's got 13. 10-point game. Eagles thread it to Turbiatas at the free throw line. Back to Pena, top of the circle. Over to Beatty. Thought about a three. Dribbles the left corner. Double team. Back to Turbiatas at the free throw line. Tipped away, though. Stripped by Nathan Saavedra. The Eagles now with 11 turnovers. Outlet to the far sideline to Perry, left side, as he comes across the time stripe in front of the scoring table. Now on the front court against Vega. One hands it to the top of the circle to Saavedra. Turbiates right on him. Kick out left to Gutierrez. Dribbles to the left corner and pivots. Cross court right to Kittensburg for three. Off the right rim. Gets his own rebound on the block right side. Sends it in the paint to Saavedra. Backs out. Returns up top to Otero. NBA three on the way. It swishes it. Although Beatty had his hand right in the face. Otero now with 14 points. His second tray and 5 3-point shots converted by the Huskies. It's a 13-point lead, the biggest lead of the game. A steal comes down the right side of the paint, is picked off on the pass by Perry. So the Eagles now with 12 turnovers. Perry in the front court, dribbling through his legs, top of the circle. Gives it off to Otero on the right wing, drives right baseline right corner. Kicks it back right wing to Perry. Perry to the top of the circle off the dribble. He wants to set up the offense. Comes around the left side of the perimeter, backs out. Dumps over to Saavedra right behind him. Back to the left wing to Otero. Fires up another three. This one off the back of the rim. Tipped up in the air high, and David comes down with it. Out on the left perimeter. Malachi David, his second rebound. Throws it ahead to Pena front court. Left wing, double team. Back to Vega at the timeline. To Beatty right wing. Down to David right block. Turns and throws up a shot at the right glass and puts it through. Nice glass work there for the big kid Malachi David. He's got 4 points. 51-40, 11-point Husky lead. Crossover move for Perry in the front court. Dishes off to Konigsberg on the left wing. Up top to Otero. Back to the left side to Konigsberg for three, and nothing but net. Konigsberg with 2 trays now, 8 points. The 6th tray converted by the Huskies. 54-40, biggest lead now, 14 points for Hope Christian. They get it to Beatty on the left wing, and Coach Ross calls a timeout. Didn't want to see anything on the offense there. Want to put in some new wrinkles, I guess. We'll wait to see what he comes up with. 5:24 left, third quarter. It's Hope Christian 54, your Hobbs Eagles 40, coming back with us in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Bunch of points being scored in just about 2.5 minutes here in the third quarter gone away here. And Ron, 15 points combined between these two teams, Hobbs and Hope Christian?
Exactly, 10 for Hope, unfortunately 5 for Hobbs. Yeah, Hope has been hitting those threes, and they've been making them look effortless.
Here on the 4th round of the APS Metro Tournament, the final day here in Albuquerque. Eagles at 5-10, and Hope Christian at 5-6. So both teams under 500, but played some tough schedules. Of course, the Eagles have the strongest strength of schedule in the 5A, and Hope Christian has played 7 of their first 11 games were against 5A opponents, and they're only a 4A team. So that tells you not easy schedules on either side. To get it down to David on the inbound, goes up strong, knocks over his defender who's out of position. David makes him pay for it. He's had a good glass shots on both sides of the rims on the last 2 trips. He's got 6 points. 54-42, a 12-point Hope Christian lead. Into the front court, Perry at the top of the arc, continues down the lane, fade away on the right elbow off the back of the rim, pulled down by David. David now with 3 boards. Outlet across the timeline to Lyric Soria, who just checked in during the timeout. Takes it to the right corner, posting up David again. Turns and fires a little bit short on the rim this time. Ripped down in the left block by Gutierrez, his 6th rebound. Gutierrez fires it across the timeline to Konigsberg right wing. Down to the right block to Saavedra. Dribbles out of pressure. Finds a man up top, Perry for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound on the right block by Gutierrez. Pivots out of the lane and gives it off to the right corner to Otero. Dribbles around just a bit to the near right sideline and puts it back up top to Perry to reset near the time stripe. Guarded by Turbiates. Bounce pass to the left wing to Otero. Couple of dribbles and stops. Kicks up top to Gutierrez. Fires up a 3 on the fadeaway. Turbiates right in his shorts that time, but Gutierrez still drills it through. 16 for Gutierrez, his first tray. 7 3-point shots converted by the Huskies. 57-42, their biggest deficit for the Eagles at 15. In the front court, dribbling behind his back through his legs. It's Clay on the right wing. Cross court left to Soria. Dribbles through his legs as well. Returns back deep to Pena on the left side. Double team against him. Posting up Turbiates left block. Goes up big with 2 hands. Misses off the front of the rim. Ball loose. It's on the free throw line. Both players diving for it as Turbiates tips it back and Pena saves it for the Eagles. And a dish down to Clay in the right corner. Gives it Pena coming down the lane with the scoop shot over the front of the rim. No good. And coming up with the rebound for the Huskies is Saavedra underneath the hoop, his 5th board. Outlet to the near sideline to Perry. Eagles just can't get it to drop in the paint. Goes it across the timeline to Otero, left wing. Keeps it same side to Konigsberg. Dumps it in the paint, right block to Gutierrez. Pivots, kick out left wing to Otero, and he stumbles before the dribble. Turbiatas put some tough pressure on him and a travel. That'll be the 7th turnover for the Huskies.
Yeah, just got a little eager. Once again, like most people when they travel, they see the ball, they want to go ahead and get advance forward and forget the dribble.
Substitution for Hope Christian on the court now. Diego Gonzalez. Pena, Soria, Clay, Turbiatas, and David all in the game for the Eagles. Pena bringing it across the timeline to Soria, right wing. Kicks it back to Pena, top of the circle. Going back deep to David, high off the glass, right side. He gets pushed to the back. Ball came off the glass, no good on the shot, but he'll get 2 free throws. So he's starting to post up really big for the Eagles when they're post players to begin with. They expect him to ask for that basketball, which he's doing here.
And the strange thing is that's the first foul of the third quarter. Nobody has fouled yet until now, and it's going to be possible two.
First free throw up and good. That was a foul on Daniel Feist, his first team foul. As David gets his first free throw of the ball game, he's got 7 points. David came into the contest from the free throw stripe at 38%. Misses his second one, though. But a rebound for the Eagles. Pena comes down with it on the left perimeter. Ball gets knocked out of his hands. It'll be Hobbs basketball. So no opportunity to try to score here. Soria will inbound, but they got a sub first for Hope Christian, returning Nathan Saavedra for Nico Gutierrez, who leaves with 16 points. Picked up a trade just seconds ago. Inbound to Clay, left corner, double team. Tries to return to Soria on the left wing, but it's taken away in stride by Williams. The Eagles' 13th turnover. Goes it across the timeline to Saavedra, top of the circle. Actually, that is Perry dribbling behind his back. Kicks over to the right wing to Gonzalez. Back deep to Perry at the timeline. Drives a lane. Shot double clutch to the right elbow. No good. Gets his own rebound, his third. And dribbles out to the right corner. Clock to 2:40 left, third quarter. 57-43. Hope Christian over the Eagles by 14. Pass to Williams on the right wing. Dumps it right elbow to Saavedra. Back to Williams in the corner. Bobbed it for a second. Finds Gonzalez top of the circle. And over to Perry on the left wing. He'll back it out to the timeline against Clay. On the Golden Eagles logo middle of the court here at El Dorado High School. Pass over to right side of Gonzalez, dribbling around to the free throw line. Has a man open left corner. That is Perry for 3. No good off the left rim. A battle for the rebound as David going toe-to-toe on that left baseline with Feist. Off the hands of Feist, out of bounds. Eagle basketball. And on the court for the first time in the game, Jordan Caceres for the Eagles. Comes in for Clay. And inbound to Pena in the backcourt. Pena picks up a double team as he comes across the line. Gives it Caceres top of the circle. To Soria on the right wing. Cross court left to Pena. Pena back to Caceres on the right wing. Yo-yos it back over to Pena. Drives the left lane. Handed off down the paint to Turbiatas, but he runs over his defender before going up with the shot. Completely plastering Daniel Feist that time for the charge. That'll be the third on Turbiatas' first team foul of the Eagles here in the third quarter, and that'll be a turnover number 14.
Just when you thought that Hobbs could get some momentum and it just slows down again, they still haven't had too many shots or too many opportunities in this quarter, and that's the reason why they haven't scored so much.
Stop and go dribble after the inbound for Christian McConkey, who just checked in. Spin move as he takes on Caceres in the front court. Finds Feist on the right wing, returns back to the timeline to Gonzalez. Taking on Soria to the left elbow, continues down to the baseline left, falls to the floor, and looked like a travel. They're going to might say that Soria might have hipped him from behind just a bit, and that's why the travel. So they call the foul on Soria, his second team foul against the Eagles. It'll be Christian basketball on the left baseline. Inbounding is Diego Gonzalez. 1:37 left, third. 14-point lead for Hope Christian. Inbound right block, bouncer to Saavedra. Fadeaway jumper off the glass and scores. Turbiatas had both hands high in the air, just could not get a block on the ball. Saavedra with 4 points. 59-43. 16-point lead is the biggest of the game. In the front court, Soria bounce past Caceres left wing. Alley-oop backdoor. David comes down with it, goes back up strong off the right side glass and scores it. Really getting a good handle on the basketball here in the third quarter. He's got 7 in the third, 9 overall. 59-45. Eagles down by 14. In the front court, left wing, Williams with the ball. He's pivoting against Soria. Soria puts a hand in his face, unloads the pass to Gonzalez, top of the arc. Stop and go dribble down the lane as he cradles, gets his shot rejected from behind by Malachi David, swats it to the baseline. It will still be Hope Christian basketball. Clock to 57 left in the third. 59-45 Hope Christian. Inbound to the left block to Feist. Weiss will send it to the right baseline over to Gonzalez. And they're going to say he stepped on the baseline. That's a turnover for the Huskies. They're 8th of the ball game. I think that was their first turnover here in the second half.
I believe you're right.
Soria now meets the double team. Bounce pass across the top into Pena. He gets picked up with 2 defenders and a quick foul call. As they're going to say a swipe by Diego Gonzalez, his second personal, second team foul near the timeline. Eagle basketball in front of their bench on the right side. As Pena will inbound right in front of Coach Ross, who's trying to get his players to get to the right positions here for the inbound play.
Actually, I think there was a steal early in the third quarter by the Hobbs Eagles, but other than that, there has been no turnovers.
Inbound to Soria right wing, gets it low to David right block, kick up top to Pena. Tough pressure, double team. Over to Caceres in the left wing. Cross court right to Soria. Jab step, bounce it down to David, but he throws it right to the defender in the hands of Caden Williams, and then he fouls him right after that. So Soria picks up a foul there. That's his second, third team foul on the Eagles, and that will be their 15th turnover of the ball game compared to just 8 for Hope Christian. In the backcourt, putting on the brakes quickly at the timeline was McConkey, and then comes across with the dribble against Soria. Top of the circle. Soria gets a strip on the basketball. That's going to be turnover number 9, and it outlets on the near left side to Pena, but he's out of bounds trying to reach for the ball, and that'll be another turnover for the Eagles. So back and forth, get kind of sloppy here late in the third for both teams.
Unfortunately, the pass went over and bounced out of bounds for it. So it was a great try, but unfortunately a turnover, again, like you said, for the Hobbs Eagles.
18.6 left here in the third, 59-45 Hope Christian. The inbound back deep to Gonzalez in the backcourt. Finally comes across against Soria. Clock down to 10. Almost a 5-second count. Drives the lane, cradles it, throws it right baseline to Pitches. Kicks it over to left wing. 3 on the way for Gutierrez off the back of the rim. Gets his own rebound. No, actually, that was Williams that went to the rack to put him up behind him on the tip on the left side and puts it through before the buzzer. So 5 points for Williams, his first rebound, and that will end the third quarter of action. Matching their biggest lead of the game for Hope Christian, 61-45 over the Hobbs Eagles. We'll be back in 1 minute live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
We start the fourth quarter here at the APS Metro Tournament, day 4. Your Eagles trail Hope Christian 61-45. Eagles are led 15 points with Pena. 9 for Malachi David, 5 for Vega, and 7 for Turbiatis. A steal on the first possession for Hope Christian down the lane. Here comes Pena across the timeline. That's the 10th turnover for the Huskies. Pass down to Caceres for 3 off the back of the rim from the right corner. On the left baseline for the rebound is Otero, his third. Huskies led 16, Nico Gutierrez, 14 for Otero, and 12 for Perry.
I see Triviatis just got a rebound just a moment ago. They tried a 3 and it did not go in. Triviatis with the rebound on that play.
That's his 6th of the ball game, and we have a whistle underneath. Not sure what they called here, but it will be Hope Christian basketball on the right baseline underneath their hoop. Pena's going to take a breather here, as checking in for him is Nick Pena. The inbound back door wide open, waiting for the ball underneath the hoop as Xavier Otero just barely tips it in off the left side for 2. 16. He's tied up with Gutierrez for top scorer for the Huskies now, who lead by 18, their biggest lead. Pass to Vega in the front court, left side, 3 off the back of the rim. Rebound on the fadeaway for Turbiatis. Doesn't get it to come off the rim, gets his own rebound though. Goes back up and is fouled on the second opportunity. So a couple of rebounds on that play. 8 boards for Turbiatis and a chance for 2 free throws. That kid ain't giving up underneath.
Exactly, and he tried to go ahead and wait out the opponent on the second try, and instead ended up getting the foul anyway without having the shot, but he still will go for 2.
So Gutierrez picks up his third personal. The free throw bounces around the rim and finally falls through for Turbiatis. He's got 8 points, 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. Eagles have only missed 2 free throws in this ball game. Second shot is up, and it's a swish for Turbiatis. He's got 9. 63-47, a 16-point Hope Christian lead. With the dribble now is Perry as he goes against Pena through the time stripe and the crossover. Unloads to Otero in the front court right wing. Up top to Gutierrez. Slings over to the left side to Perry. Behind him to Saavedra and gives it to Otero on the left wing. Back to the timeline to Perry. Stop and go. Backs it out to the timeline. Pena staying with him. To the free throw line off the dribble. Bounce pass right baseline. Quick shot from the right block off the back of the rim for Saavedra. Underneath the hoop is Turbiatis. Now with 9 rebounds. Outlet to the timeline to Pena. Double team against him. One hands it over to Vega in the front court left wing. He fires up a 3 and swishes it through. Vega with his second tray of the ball game. He's got 8 points, 5 trays converted by the Eagles, who trail by 13. 6:25 remaining here in the fourth. Hope Christian with the basketball, coming across the timeline. Perry, one-hand pass over to the right wing to Konigsberg, spins in the corner, gives it down the lane right side to Saavedra. Back out to the right elbow, 2 on the way for Otero off the back of the rim. Battle for the rebounds on the left baseline. As David was going toe-to-toe with his opponent Gutierrez, they're going to call the foul on Gutierrez. That's his 4th. Second team foul against the Huskies here in the fourth quarter. 63-50. Hope Christian leading by 13 with 6:10 remaining. The pass to Vega at the timeline, comes across, jump stop, gives back to Pena. Over the right side to Caceres. Down low to David, goes up big, high off the glass and scores. He continues to dominate on those low blocks. David now with 11 points, double digits for him. 63-52. Eagles starting to chip away at the big 18-point lead we just saw minutes ago. 11-point lead for Hope Christian now at 5:45 remaining. Pass to Otero is bobbled for a second, comes up with it on the right wing, hands it off to Saavedra. Jab step, up top to Gutierrez, returns to the right wing to Perry. Perry gives it up to Otero and gets it back, dribbles back to the timeline, stop and go to the right elbow, hippity hop down the lane, kicks up top to Konigsberg, fadeaway 3, in and out, big time rebound for Turbiatis. Getting close to a double-double now, 9 points and 10 rebounds. Nick Pena comes across the timeline. His pass is swatted out of bounds on the near sideline. Trying to get it over to Vega on the left wing. And Coach Murphy and the Huskies want to talk strategy here with the timeout. 5:17 left, fourth quarter. It's Hope Christian 63, your Hobbs Eagles 52, back in 30 seconds on HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, the Cool 95.7 Facebook page, and on the radio at Cool 95.7.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
We're back live here at El Dorado High School in Albuquerque. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you. Evie Stuber back at the station. Last day of the APS Metro Tournament. Eagles trail by 11 to Hope Christian, 63-52. That doesn't sound great, but they were down by 18 just minutes ago.
I know, and it's a small run right now. It's a 7-2 run. Hobbs is on it. We're hoping for a bigger run after this, especially after the timeout, and Hobbs with the ball.
So the Eagles going to try to get it down to a single-digit situation here, but they have 5:17 left in the game. Not a lot of time to do it. Penny in the front court on the top of the arc. Dribbles off to the right. Bounce it down low to David. They keep going back to him. Fadeaway Jay off the glass. This one rolls off the front of the rim. He's had a lot of those drop through for the Eagles. Gutierrez with his 8th rebound for the Huskies. Hands it off to his guard, Perry. Taking on Caceres one-on-one through the time stripe. You mentioned this minutes ago, Ron. A lot of subs getting action here late in the game for the Eagles, as they do trail against one of the best teams in the 4A. Pass up top to Saavedra, swings it to the left side to Konigsberg. Kick back up top of the arc to Perry. He pivots and backs out against Vega near the timeline. Sliding left off the dribble in front of the scores table now. And gives it back to his teammate Konigsberg. Pivot with him, top of the arc, off the dribble. Kick right to Saavedra. And returns it back deep to Perry, just running some clock. Weaving through traffic. Has 3 guys on him and then backs it out to the top of the circle. Now picked up by Caceres. Crossover move to the free throw line. Caceres bear hugs him from behind. He knew he was taken off towards the hole. And he kind of smiles. He knew he was going to get charged with a foul on that one. Caceres picks up his first personal, first team foul against the Eagles here in the fourth quarter. Pena's going to get subbed out. It's coming in for him, Abraham Pena.
It may have been a smart one because it looked like that he was going to hit the lane and hit it open for an easy shot.
Deep back on the inbound, have to chase it down was Perry. He'll come across the timeline off the dribble, flicks it to Otero, top of the circle, dumps it left corner to Koenigsberg, decided not to shoot a tray, returns it to Otero. Going from left to right around the circle, handoff to Perry on the right wing, guarded by Pena, beats him to the right elbow, fires up a J, fade shot off the back of the rim, pulled down to the right block by Caceres for his first rebound. Across the timeline to Pena on the left wing front court, 3:50 left. To Turbiatis left block, spin move, goes to the rack with two hands off the left glass and scores. Turbiatis now with 11 points and 10 rebounds. There's his double-double. 63-54, a 9-point Hope Christian lead. Stop and go dribble now for Koenigsberg to the front court. Unloads to Otero, left wing. Drives to the top of the circle, puts on the brakes, keeps the dribble alive, flicks it out to Perry near the timeline on the right. Guarded by Vega with the crossover move, stays outside though. Dribbles through his legs to the right elbow. Gets bumped by Vega, no call. Pass to the right baseline. 10-footer off the back of the rim by Gutierrez. Malachi David with the board for the Eagles underneath. He's got 4 rebounds. Up ahead to Pena coming down the pike. Over to Vega, right corner for 3. And right through the threads. Big-time shot for Braylon Vega. He's got 2 trays here in the fourth quarter and 11 points. It's a 6-point game. It's a lead for Hope Christian, 63-57. We'll keep it right here with 3:07 remaining. And Ron, that was a big hit for Vega as the Hobbs Eagles have put through a total of 6 3-pointers. Not as many as their opponent, Hope Christian, was 7, but you definitely needed it there as they've been down by as many as 18 here in the second half.
Yeah, Hope Christian only has 2 points so far in this quarter, and definitely Hobbs needed to get back on the horse. And it's odd that they're doing it with the bench players. I love the fact that they're putting so much confidence in them. I'd like to see Henderson in this for a little bit in this quarter, but either way, I love the fact that they're putting so much pressure on these, I guess you could say, newbies, and they're doing a great job not only on defense but as well as offense.
Yeah, Eagles on a 12-2 run here in the fourth quarter to get back into this one, but that big 18-point deficit didn't help matters.
Right.
Hope Christian continued to stroke the trays, but as you said, the scoring has fizzled with only those 2 points here in the fourth. Nico Gutierrez and Xavier Otero both with 16. Otero did get a basket, the only one in this quarter. Gutierrez has not scored here in the fourth, although Noah Perry does have 12 heading into the fourth as well. So very much of a silence for that offense for Coach Murphy and Hope Christian. Braylon Vegas hit a couple of trays here in the fourth. He's got a total of 11 points. Also 11 for Turbiatis, 11 for David, and 15 still the leader, Abraham Pena. Full court pressure trap for the Eagles now. Pass coming to the near sideline to Perry. He'll bring it across against Caceres. Clock under 3 minutes remaining. Eagles down by 6. Stop and go. Perry will back out to the timeline. Comes around the right circle and hands it off to Williams. Williams sliding right to left off the dribble. Pass over to left wing to Gonzalez. Tries to get it down to the baseline left side to Gutierrez, but knocked out for the Eagles. Vega in the area to punch it out. It will be still Hope Christian basketball. Clock stop with 2:44 remaining. Eagles down by 6. Inbounding going to be Noah Perry. Underneath the Husky hoop. Chucks it back deep, chasing it to the scores table left side as Gonzalez. Almost went in the backcourt. Spins at the top of the arc. Pena's going to stay with him. Back to the left wing as he hands it off to Williams. And they're called an offensive push-off foul on Williams. Got a shot on Caceres that time. Williams picks up the first personal, 3rd team foul against the Huskies. And that'll be turnover number 11 for Hope Christian.
Yeah, that's the first for Hope. Hobbs has already had 2 earlier in the game.
Pena will bring it across the timeline with 2.5 remaining. Gives it off to Vega on the left wing, who has hit 2 trays in this quarter. Posting up Turbiatis on the left block. Pivots in the lane. Kick it back to Vega on the left perimeter. Underhand up top to Pena. Dumps it to David on the right block. Backdoor to Turbiatis left block. Going up double clutch is fouled from behind. Ball barely squirts off the back of the rim. Eagles doing a good job of finding their low post players in this second half. 2 shots coming up for Turbiatis.
Yeah, they have drawn this one up well, and you're right. There's only been a couple of times when they missed it, and that time they got the foul call for them, so maybe they can make up with the 2 shots on the charity stripe.
Williams' second personal, 14 foul. Timeout on the court. Turbiatis coming up to shoot free throws in just a second, where he's 3 of 4 and has 11 points. We'll take a 30-second break and come back live as the Eagles trail Hope Christian by 6.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family Pack Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. Quarter-loin pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Welcome back to Albuquerque El Dorado High School, the fourth day of the APS Metro Tournament. Eagles trail Hope Christian 63-57. And Ron, get us our sponsors for Hobbs Eagle basketball this season.
Love to, and we always appreciate Lasco Construction, Forest Tire, TDS, Hobbs Express, Thriftway, Lee County State Bank, Elite Home Healthcare, Innomar Pipeline, and First American Bank of Hobbs.
Jay Iris Turbiatas on the line. Got fouled right before the timeout. Eagles trail by 6. Turbiatas on the line is 3 of 4 from the line, 75%, 11 points. And the first free throw is a swish for him. He's made his last 4 free throws. Definitely important. He's got a double-double in this game with 12 points and 10 rebounds. So doing a great job. At 3 games in a row, he's been in double-digit scoring as well. Second free throw good for Turbiatas. 13 for him, and almost a steal for the Eagles. Turbiatas got a piece of the basketball. It did go off a Hope Christian player, too, off the hands of Noah Perry to the corner, so Hobbs will get it in their front court. 63-59, down by 4 with 2:12 remaining, kind of looking like the game last night with Rio Rancho. Went down to the wire 72-70 in favor of the Rams.
Exactly.
Inbound to Pena on the left wing, throws it to Caceres left corner, bounces it low to David left block. He gets reached from behind. He was hooked around the waist that time by Nathan Saavedra, which is his second personal, and that's the 15th foul. We got a double bonus now, Ron.
Well, that'll help, too, and especially with 2:05. I was going to mention earlier, it's a 2-possession game, but it is 2 minutes, so really there's a lot more possessions to go, and plenty of time for Hobbs to get back into it. If they make these 2, you know what? It could be a real nail-biter after that.
David is 1 of 2 from the line, makes his first free throw on that one. He's got 12 points now. And could get this down to a 2-point game. Second shot is up, ricocheting around the rim and good. So he gets both of them. 13 for David, 63-61. The Eagles down by 2. Trap pressure defense as the ball comes across the timeline. Perry sails it down right block to Otero, goes back door, and waiting for it with 2 hands. Nathan Saavedra going up strong off the glass left side. He's got 6 after the bucket. 65-61. Eagles down by 4. Coming to the front court, Pena is going to post up David right block. Sends it over to Vega left wing. Down to Caceres left corner for a 3. Rainbow jumper. Big time shot for the junior, Jordan Caceres, a tray. And that is the 7th tray of the game for the Eagles. They trail by 1, 65-64. 1:30 left in the contest. Across the timeline is Perry, guarded by Pena. The 2-piece going head-to-head. Handoff on the right wing off the dribble to Konigsberg. Konigsberg gives it back to Perry. Perry top of the arc off the dribble, backing it out against Turbiatas at the timeline. Crossover move, flicks it top of the circle to Otero. Otero over to the right wing to Konigsberg. Cross court left, a dangerous throw to Perry, almost taken away by Turbiatas. Perry backs it out to the timeline, running clock with 1:03 remaining. Top of the circle off the dribble to the right elbow, and they're going to call Turbiatas for an elbow foul there. That'll be his 4th personal. And the second team foul against the Eagles. A little late whistle as the call was made from the official on the left side of the perimeter over on the right side.
Yeah, Eagles fans are not liking that call. They're wondering what happened.
50 seconds remaining. Eagles down by 1. Dribbling to the right wing is Perry. Runs over his defender, Vega. No call. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. And Coach Ross is out at half court. He was saying, where's the foul call here? Vega was on the ground. And
I think there is a call now, yeah.
Well, they're not calling the foul. They're reversing the out of bounds, giving it to the Eagles.
Well, it looked like he threw a shoulder at him, but yeah, still, Perry got away with that one.
Vega was flat on his back, but they did not call the foul. Eagles get in the front court, down low to Turbiatas right block. Spin move is stripped from behind. Defender went down on the court flat, but they called the foul as Turbiatas spun to the hoop.
Yep.
And he'll get a chance for 2 free throws and could get the lead with making 2 of these here.
And Otero better cooled it because he complained about that foul. He thought he didn't get it. Luckily, he only said one thing, and that was it, because he could have got a tick off of that.
Second on Otero. That is a double bonus for the Eagles rest of the game. And, the free throw bouncing around every piece of the rim you can imagine. But going through for Turbiatas, he has made 5 free throws here in the fourth quarter. and has 14 points. We are tied at 65. Coach Murphy calls a timeout for Hope Christian. We'll keep it right here at El Dorado High School in Albuquerque. Ron, 65-65 the score. This has been kind of a up and down game for both these teams. Hope Christian's only scored 4 points in this quarter, but the Hobbs Eagles 20.
I know, 20-4 quarters so far with still about 42 seconds remaining. And, you know, it was one of those situations in the third quarter you were wondering what was going on, and then you thought, all right, well, you know what? Hobbs is going to go ahead and contend with a loss on this one. They're putting out their bench players, wanting to give them some time to experience some game experience. And you know what? They look like they're coming above their grade because they're playing outstanding ball in this fourth quarter. And Hope Christian, they are not doing nearly as well as they did in the first three quarters, and that is paid off for Hobbs. I think they can actually get back into this and get the lead, and if they can hold it off, of course, they have very little time left. They can do so. They can get the victory.
Eagles have converted 3 trays in the fourth quarter. Braylon Vega with 2, and Jordan Caceres coming off the bench for a big tray. Turbiatas can get the lead here for the Eagles with the second free throw and swishes it. So Turbiatas definitely doing a big thing for the Eagles. 15 points and has 6 for 6 free throw shooting in the fourth quarter. 1 point Eagle lead, 66-65. Hope Christian in the front court with 33 seconds remaining. Dribbling around the right circle is Perry. And Pena gets flat, and they say Pena was not set. Both players flat on the floor here, as that'll be a foul on Abraham Pena. That's his third team foul, so 2 away from the double bonus for Hope Christian.
Mm-hmm. Well, 1 away, but still that was not a bonus yet, so they're not going to be throwing free throws.
Hold a second here, though. I think they're going to say somebody just fouled out. That looked like Pena was the one that got flattened on that, and they're going to say that's his 5th personal. So Nick Pena is coming in for Pena. Pena did not score in the fourth quarter, but he finished with 15 points.
That is a bit of a blow for Hobbs, but still, I think they can get around it with all these other players.
66-65, 28 seconds remaining. In the front court off the inbound, Perry on the right wing. Pivots, tries to throw up a shot, but he stumbles backwards, trying to go through 2 defenders, backed into him, lost his footing, and got the travel. So that's going to be 12 turnovers now for Hope Christian. The Eagles have the ball with a 1-point lead, 22.9 seconds remaining, but they're going to get some pressure now from Hope Christian in the backcourt. Caceres on the left baseline. Throws a high one into Turbiatas, gets away from his defender, chucks it across to Vega in the front court, goes the rack, double clutch, and throws it off the glass for 2. Vega with 13. Eagles by 3, 68-65. 11 seconds remaining. In the front court, Otero gives it up top to Perry. Perry fires a 3 and nails it. Ties up the game. He's got 15 points. That is the 8th three-pointer for Hope Christian. They're first in the fourth, but now we're tied at 68.
And you knew that they were going to shoot the 3 or try to anyway. Then Hobbs needed to guard that perimeter.
No, he's able to nail it, though, on top of it. 68-68, 3.7 seconds remaining here at El Dorado High School. As Coach Ross is talking to the official about something, Coach Reed's at the table right now, trying to find out where the ball's going to be. It was a made bucket, so it should be on the baseline. Hobbs will get the last shot with 3.7 seconds. 60-second timeout called by Coach Murphy here. As the Eagles are going to have to discuss some strategy offensively. They got some sharpshooters in there, although we just mentioned that Abraham Pena fouled out with 15 points. He had hit 3 trays in the ball game. But, of course, the sophomore Braylon Vega, another sharpshooter, in fact, leads the team in trays this season. He's got 3 trays in this ball game. Definitely still on the court for the Eagles, so he can shoot it from long distance. A couple of post players have been in, Jairus Turbiatas and Malachi David. They've been scoring bigger from the low post up to this point. We're going to have to wait and see what guys come out on the court here after the timeout. It looks like Vega's there, Caceres, Nick Pena, Turbiatas, and David will be on the court for the Eagles. And they'll have to beat the full court pressure here of Hope Christian. Cannot throw the ball in the hands of the white jersey. 68-68. They're going to add 4.8 seconds on the clock. They throw a long pass down to Turbiatas, who loses it off his fingertips, and it goes out of bounds on the right sideline in front of the Hobbs bench at the other end. So that means it'll be Hope Christian basketball now with 3.8 seconds left in their backcourt as Coach Murphy goes to his bench and brings in a sub, Ian Konigsberg, who definitely has a long shot for Hope Christian. We'll take a 30-second break. 3.8 seconds remaining here in the fourth. 68-68. Hobbs and Hope Christian back in half a minute.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your own home. Call 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
We're tied at 68, 3.8 seconds left here in the fourth. Hobbs and Hope Christian, final game of the APS Metro Tournament. Eagles got to play some full court defense. Inbound deep left corner, backcourt Otero. Up the left sideline, in the hands of Perry. Perry drives to the free throw line, fires up a shot, the buzzer, and clinks off the front of the rim, no good. We are going to overtime. Oh, that ball was hitting the rim, and I was hoping it was going to roll towards that cylinder inside. It came off of it. But a fadeaway from about the right elbow of the free throw line is basically where he ended up, Noah Perry. He's definitely the guy they like to go to a lot. He's got 15 in this game. But we are heading to overtime, 68-68. Both teams have had big leads in the game. Hobbs had 12 in the first half. Hope Christian had leads of 12 and even up as big as 18 in the second half. But the Eagles came clawing back in that fourth quarter. We'll take a quick break, come back with the 4-minute overtime live on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can.
Back live, we get quick start here on the overtime. Vega was blocked in the right block. And now Hope Christian's going to sail up a three from their end. Xavier Otero from the right wing, no good. Caceres with the rebound for the Eagles. It is 68-68 in overtime, 3:37 remaining. They post up David on the right block. He dribbles in the paint, goes to the left side of the rim, throws up a shot, no good off the back of the iron, and Saavedra comes up with his sixth rebound. The Eagles outscored Hope Christian 23-7 in the fourth quarter. Now we're in overtime. Pass to Konigsberg in the front court, hands it off on the left wing to Perry. Perry guarded by Caceres. Of course, Abraham Pena fouled out at the end of regulation. Backing it out is Perry on the near side right, near the half-court line. Stop and go with 3 minutes behind his back. We're tied at 68. One hands over the right wing to Gutierrez. Jab step, puts it up top to Saavedra, over the left wing to Perry. Perry kicks it back top of the circle to Otero and gets it back at the timeline near the Golden Eagles logo here at El Dorado High School, middle of the court. One hand bounce pass to Gutierrez on the right wing. Turbiatis guarding him. Swings over to Saavedra left side. Arc. Hand off to Perry on the left side as well. He'll back it out in front of the Hope Christian bench and now to the time stripe. Stepping out is Caceres on defense with 2:30 remaining. Running a lot of clock. Crossover move to his left hand. Kick out left Otero. Drives the lane. A runner shot down the paint. Rolls around the rim and good. Otero with 18 points. He leads this Huskies team in scoring. For the Eagles, Pena with 15 and Turbiatis 15. 13 apiece for Vega and David. Vega in the front court, beats the pressure, finds Caceres on the right wing. He hit a tray in the fourth, almost gets another one here, in and out from the right side. Turbiatis had it momentarily, but got it stripped after his 11th rebound, so that will be a turnover, number 17. Coming to the front court, slowing it down, though, first is Perry. It'll be Pena to pick him up as he comes across the timeline. Running clock with 1:50 remaining. Hope Christian by 2. Behind the back pass on the right wing to Otero. Comes left off the dribble, handed off to Konigsberg, top of the circle. Bounce pass right wing, dangerous pass to Perry, almost stripped by Pena. Perry will back it out top of the arc, toward the timeline, and flicks it over to the left side to Otero. Called the reach foul as Pena gets flattened on the floor, but they're going to say he bodied into him first. So Pena will pick up his first personal, and the fouls continue to add on from the fourth quarter. It is an extension on the overtime. That will be bonus, two-shot bonus. On the line will be Otero. Otero is 2 for 2 from the charity stripe, has 18 points, and make it 19 after his first free throw there. Extend the lead to 3, 71-68 Hope Christian.
Yeah, so far, Hope is the only one that scored in this overtime quarter.
Second shot is up, and it is another swish. He's got 20 points. Timeout on the court. 60-second timeout for Coach Murphy and the Hope Christian Huskies. 1:37 left here in the overtime. It's Hope Christian 72, your Hobbs Eagles 68. Back in 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
Forest Tire. Mile after mile, we've been with you for almost 80 years. Nowadays, it seems like nothing is built to last. Phones, appliances, cars, computers. But the new Michelin Defender 2 tire is designed to outlast. With a quiet and comfortable ride, you'll have the confidence you need on the roads, whether they're wet or dry. So goodbye to short-lived and hello to something that lasts. Forest Tire, keeping you rolling since 1944.
Back live here in Albuquerque, the APS Metro Tournament. Ty friend Ron Gunner with the E.B. Stuber back in the station. Overtime game here as Hope Christian leads your Hobbs Eagles 72-68. Both teams shooting pretty well from the free throw line in this game, Ron. Hope Christian 8 of 9 and the Hobbs Eagles 17 of 19. So Hobbs has got a lot more free throw opportunities, but making some good work. It could have used some of those points last night, though, at the Rio Rancho game.
Definitely could have. Even half of those shots that they missed last night would have made a big difference, probably would have won the game. But still, you know, that's what happens, though. You got to take advantage of those charity stripe points and definitely make the most of them.
So a 3-point or make it a 4-point lead for Hope Christian, 72-68. Eagle basketball after the timeout. Vega has it, gets it across the timeline to Pena with the jump stop. Takes a left dribble to the left wing. Comes up top and gives over to Vega on the right side. Dump it down to David in the right block. Pivots in the lane, give the Turbiatis in the left elbow. He turns and fires to Jay from the middle of the paint and swishes it through. Turbiatis with 17 now, 72-70. Eagles down by 2. A long ball down to the right baseline front court to Saavedra, comes up with it and sends it back to the time stripe to Perry. 1:08 remaining. Down low to the left block to Gutierrez. Fadeaway Jay from the block, no good. Ball loose on the baseline, picked up by Malachi David, his 5th rebound. Hands it off to Vega in the backcourt. Down by 2, 55 seconds remaining. Crossover in the front court, left wing. Pivots, looking for help. Gives it to David on the left side as well, behind him. Gives it back to Vega, left corner. Keeps it on the side, then back it up to Pena at the time stripe. Give it over to Caceres, right wing. Again to Pena, top of the circle. Tries to get it down low to Turbiatis, but throws a low pass that's picked away by Perry on that right elbow. So the Eagles get the turnover there, 18th of the ball game, and then a reach foul coming across the timeline by Caceres. That'll be his 2nd personal. Still double bonus for Hope Christian here in the OT. And on the line will be Perry. Again, they are 8 of 9 from the charity stripe. Perry is perfect, 3 for 3 and 15 points.
Still time, 2-possession game if he makes both of these for the Eagles.
First free throw up and good for Perry. He's got 16 points, yet to miss a free throw. Extends the lead to 3, but he gets one more here with 33 seconds remaining. Second shot for Noah Perry is up and off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, though, on the right elbow, pulled down by Gutierrez, his 9th. Gives it off to the left wing to Otero, who is fouled to stop the clock as Pena gets a piece of him. Pena's 2nd foul.
No, actually it was Turbiatis.
Oh, Turbiatis, who was out in the area as well. So Turbiatis is 4th foul. And now 2 free throws for Otero. Otero is 4 for 4 on the line. And makes the first one as it dribbles around the rim for just a second.
Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to miss this one and get another rebound for the Huskies.
21 points for Otero, makes his 2nd. 22 for him now. 5-point lead for Hope Christian, 75-70 with 25 seconds remaining. Nick Pena takes a few dribbles, takes a step and tries to throw it across the timeline up the middle there and gets the travel. Was trying to get over to Vega, but lost control of his footing there and will pick up a turnover, and that is number 19 in the ball game for the Eagles. They trail by 5.
That's a costly one. He was trying to get it around his defender, but unfortunately took a little bit of an extra step.
Deep inbound to the backcourt to Perry, and riding right with him as Caceres reaches in and gets a foul to stop the clock. 3rd on Caceres, 18th foul, and that'll put back on the line Perry. Perry is 1 of 2 here in the overtime. And is 4 of 5 overall, 80% from the charity stripe tonight.
Huskies have been looking really good on the line so far.
And as you say that, he bricks it off the front and back of the rim, no good. He does have 16 points so far. They've got 3 in double figures for Hope Christian. The Eagles have 4 in double figures. Second shot for Perry, kind of a fadeaway that time, puts it through. He's got 17. 76-70, Eagles down by 6 with 20 seconds remaining. Pena with the basketball. Comes across the timeline against a double team. And Coach Ross jumps up, calls the timeout. I'm not sure if they got that before he got across the line or not, so somewhere near the half-court line. We'll keep it right here with 17.6 seconds remaining. Your Hobbs Eagles trail 76-70. And, Ron, of course, they got the win against Monsanto in the Mercy Rule. Tough start with Highland. Yesterday, of course, losing a 2-point battle to Rio Rancho. I guess that could pretty much prove the point that the Eagles have the toughest strength of schedule, at least second in the state right now. And they play a very tough schedule. A lot of traveling, too, for the Hobbs Eagles. They are going to get some home games finally this coming week, though. Exactly.
They got 3 coming up. This will definitely test their mentality as far as being able to get back in the games. This one right here, they still have a chance. With 17.6 remaining, but it's going to be very difficult. They're going to have to start off really strong, really fast, get a 3-point shot, turn around, get another turnover, and then hope for, again, either a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. Again, they still have the ability to do so, but, they just got to be really quick about this. There's no finesse on this one, or at least not enough time to have enough finesse to be able to get a shot that they want. They're going to have to take the shot and hope possibly for a foul as well.
Nobody can say that the Hobbs Eagles are not tournament tested too, but they played at the Gene Messer Tournament, 4 games there, 3 at the Hobbs Holiday Tournament, and here 4 games at the APS Metro, seeing some of the top teams around New Mexico and West Texas. So they will be ready when district comes around. Eagle basketball in the front court, a high inbound to David in the lane, but overthrows him, does Vega. Picked away by Saavedra for another turnover. That's 20 in the game for the Eagles. 12 seconds remaining, and a reach foul in the backcourt for the Eagles. Again, Caceres stops the clock with a foul. Back to the double bonus goes the Hope Christian Huskies. And Noah Perry will be on the line. He's been there 4 times here in the OT and been 2 of 4 from the charity stripe there. Before that, he was 3 for 3.
And Ross looks like he's just beside himself. He cannot, he's not used to this kind of thing where the team is losing a little bit, has the ability to get back into it, and just cannot seem to catch a break for whatever reason.
Perry misses the first and swishes the second. He's got 18 points. 11.6 seconds remaining. Eagles down by 7. Coming across the timeline is Vega near side left. Fires up an NBA 3. Air ball. Turbiatis to clean up. Misses the tip on the right side. David finishes up with a 2-hand putback to put it through. 15 points, 6 rebounds for David. And that will end the game 77-72. Hope Christian gets the 5-point win. And they will go to 500 with the victory. They'll improve to 7-7. The Eagles drop to 5-11. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live on the radio, Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, and YouTube.
We know that you want to make the most out of your time. At Lee County State Bank, we believe banking should be quick and easy. That's why we're proud to provide video banking to our customers. Save time and a trip to the bank, and meet with a video banker instead. Getting started is easy. Download the LCSB Connect app, create a profile, bank from anywhere. Not a customer yet? No problem. You can use a video banking app to open an account too. Download the app today and start banking from anywhere.
Visit onlinelcsb.com. Lee County State Bank, member FDIC.
Just call us if it's a ride you like. We'll take you there and bring you back.
Hobbs Express provides bus service throughout Hobbs. The bus system operates Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays, 7 to 4. Hobbs Express has an immediate opening for a CDL bus driver, offering great pay and benefits. Apply online at hobbsnm.org or call 397-9230 for more information. When you need transportation anywhere around Hobbs, think of Hobbs Express. Hobbs Express, 397-9290.
First American Bank believes success comes from building personal, long-lasting relationships that are built on mutual trust. We take a consultative-driven approach to get to know you and your business. We offer a wide array of banking and digital solutions, plus more than a century of local experience. So, with First American Bank as your trusted partner, when you succeed, we do too. Find out how we can get it done for you. First American Bank, local first since 1903. Member FDIC.
Everyday specials are going on this week at Thriftway and La Tienda in Hobbs.
Family Pack Choice Boneless Beef Chuck Roast, $4.99 a pound. Quarter-loin pork chops, $1.79 a pound. Yellow peaches or nectarines, $2.49 a pound. Asadero or Munster cheese, $2.99 a pound. Red potatoes, 79 cents a pound. Large Hass avocados, 2 for $3.
For all your grocery specials, come to La Tienda, 400 East Marlin, and Thriftway in the Broadmoor Shopping Center.
The phone rings. Your husband jumps out of bed. Not his phone. It's my phone. Turn on my bedside light. My heart sinks. My sister has never called this early. For the next several minutes, she explains to me our mother is going to need private care. What do? We are both super busy, but we want the best care for Mom.
When it's time to entrust your loved ones to home health care, will just any home health agency do, or do you want the best? You can get the best right here in Hobbs. Elite Home Health provides many services with skilled nurses, such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, even bathing aids. Trusted care in the comfort of your 393-9281. That's 393-9281.
NMR Pipeline is a highly qualified, dedicated company, leading in performance with management and employees who've provided over 45 years of service in pipeline maintenance and construction within the oil and gas industry. NMR Pipeline, 300 South Main in Eunice, or call 394-0144 for more information. Again, 394-0144. NMR Pipeline is proud to be a supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
We're back live here in the Duke City. The Albuquerque Metro Tournament completed here as the Hobbs Eagles lose a close one in overtime, 77-72. So two close games back-to-back, both games in the 70s too. So teams getting up and down the court. Eagles now 5-11 on the season, and Hope Christian gets themselves at 500 at 6-6. Looking at the numbers in this game, first of all, for the Hope Christian Huskies, they get 3 in double figures. Xavier Otero leading with 22 points, perfect on the charity stripe at 6 of 6. He also dumped through 2 3-pointers in the game and had 3 rebounds. Noah Perry finished with 18 points. He was 5 of 9 from the line, had a couple of trays and 4 rebounds. Nico Gutierrez, one of their post players, had 16 points. He had some free throws, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, and also hit a tray and had 9 rebounds, so he was close to a double-double. Other scores for the Huskies, Ian Koningsberg hit 2 trays and had 8 points. Nathan Saavedra was 6 points and 6 rebounds. Caden Williams coming off the bench for 5 points, including a tray and a rebound, and Daniel Feist hit a bucket for 2 points. 7 scores for Hope Christian in this game. They were 12 of 17 from the charity stripe at 70%. And they actually got out-rebounded by the Eagles 28-23. Top rebounder for Hope Christian was Gutierrez with 9, 6 for Saavedra, and 4, make that 4 for Noah Perry. Total of 12 turnovers for the Huskies in this game, and they hit 8 3-pointers in the contest. For your Hobbs Eagles, they end up with 4 in double figures, led by Jairus Turbiatis. He had 17 points, almost perfect from the charity stripe at 7 of 8, and had 12 rebounds. So a double-double for Turbiatis, 17 points and 12 boards. Probably one of his best games this season. Definitely posting up big for the Hobbs Eagles underneath. A couple of guys getting 15. Abraham Pena, who fouled out in the fourth quarter. He had 3 trays before fouling out and 1 rebound. Malachi David, another big night for him in the paint on the blocks. He had 15 points, 6 rebounds, and was 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. So 4 in double figures for the Eagles. After that, it was 5 for Braddock Beatty, who hit 1 for 1 on the free throw line. Jordan Caceres coming off the bench, the junior getting a tray for 3 and 2 rebounds. Javen Hernandez had 2 points on 2 for 2 free throw shooting and a free throw. Parker Henderson 2 points off 2 for 2 free throw shooting and 5 rebounds. Eagles with 8 scores in this game. They were 17 of 19 on the charity stripe for 89%, one of their best showings on the free throw line this season. They did out-rebound Hope Christian 28-23, and that was 12 boards for Turbiatis, 6 for David, and 5 for Henderson, the leaders on that category. Hobbs did have a little bit more turnovers in this game, 20 compared to 12 for Hope Christian, and they finish up with 7 3-pointers, 1 shy of Hope Christian's 8. So those are the numbers in the contest. Again, 77-72 as that pretty close game. Hobbs down by as many as 18 in the second half. Did have a 12-point lead in the first quarter, but came crawling back in that fourth quarter to get back in it. And unfortunately, were outscored in the overtime period, 9-4.
Yeah, and Hobbs did what they needed to do in the fourth quarter. They were starting off strong, though, in the first. Second quarter seemed to stumble a little bit, and the third quarter didn't help them out at all. We're outscored 17-10, like you mentioned just a moment ago. But Hobbs came back strong, and they gave a lot of heart, especially since half the players at least were bench players, some that had not even seen a whole lot of play time. And you were talking about the fact that the coach was having to direct them while they were on the court. So I thought they did a great job, especially defensively. They never really got off their player. Once they were on a one-on-one player, they were on them. They were able to kind of distract them, slow them down, and cause problems, especially in the fourth quarter. That's the reason why they only scored 7 points in that quarter. Hope Christian did, but just wasn't enough. Something happened at the end. Hobbs wasn't able to get anything off that last possession before the end of the game, basically, with 3.7 seconds left. They tried to do that huge pass through three-quarters of the court, just did not make it, and went out of bounds. It seemed to be one of the key factors of the game. Otherwise, 17 steals for the Huskies is what they had in the total. Hobbs only had 9, and that didn't help. Assists, I didn't see any for the Huskies, while Hobbs had 6. But still, it was the steals, I believe, at the end that really were the downfall for the Hobbs Eagles. They just could not seem to keep it from being turned over, and that was one of the problems they were having. Otherwise, everything else looked pretty good, especially, like you said, with the charity stripe. They were doing really great, just not getting as many trips to there as they probably wanted to. But still, overall, they were doing a whole lot better as they have in the past on the percentage of shots on the charity stripe.
Well, Eagles get a little bit of rest Sunday and Monday, but they do have a game coming up, actually 3 games this week, all at home. Las Cruces High will be the next on the schedule on Tuesday, as they will come to town to take on the Hobbs Eagles at Task Arena. Las Cruces kind of down this year at 6-6, but they've played a ton of 5A teams so far, beating El Dorado by 12, lost to Carlsbad by 6 back in December, lost to Clovis back-to-back after the Carlsbad game, losing them by 4. Also lost to Highland, another big 5A team. Got beat pretty badly in that one by, looked like 29 points in that contest. La Cueva beat them by 14. Lost to Valley in overtime by 6. Cibola they beat by 15 points, 64-49. Lost to Los Lunas, who's a top-ranked team in the 5A, only by 1 point. That was a couple of weeks ago, actually a few days ago, January 5th. And then beat Roswell on the 9th, 57-48. So they've had a good mix of 5A opponents in the Max Preps poll, and their next game will be Hobbs on the 16th, which is coming up on Tuesday. But not getting much easier than that on Friday and Saturday next week. Los Lunas, who's ranked, and Cleveland, who's ranked in the top 10. Both those teams have always been consistently towards the tops in the 5A. Right. So a very tough week of basketball. Eagles with 3 big tournaments under their belt. Now they're going to get some home cooking there at Tasker Arena.
Yeah, they've only had 4 games at home. Unfortunately, they've had a 1-3 record at home. They need to work on that as well. Hobbs has rarely been known for their losing records at the Tasker, and in fact, last year they did that for the first time. Even with the playoff game, they got 1 short of it. But still, Hobbs needs to work on their home presence. They haven't had too much of those games. 3 in a row is what they're going to have, but they're not going to have easy games because all 3 opponents are really tough against them, against the Hobbs Eagles. So it'll be another kind of notch in their belt, so to speak, as far as trying to get closer and closer to the district, trying to get better in their record. They definitely need to win those games to be able to get any kind of consideration in the playoffs. Once again, we talk about the strength of schedule, but in the end, the other thing that's a factor is the win-loss, and it's really hard to get into the playoffs if you have a below 500 record.
So the Hobbs Eagles losing today, 77-72 to Hope Christian. They will be home Tuesday against Las Cruces High. Pre-game show will be at 6:45, and the tip-off at 7. Don't forget the Hobbs Lady Eagles did not make it to the championship here at the tournament this year, but they are playing for the third-place round. That is going on later this afternoon. Sandia High School, 2 o'clock start time on that one. Pre-game show at 1:45 on our sister station, 100.5 The Eagle, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, on the internet. Don Moore going to bring you live action just down the road there at Albuquerque High. Again, that third-place game for the Hobbs Lady Eagles. And before we leave, Ron, our sponsors for Hobbs Eagle action here at the APS Metro Tournament this season.
Exactly. We always appreciate them. And once again, let's mention them. It's Lasco Construction, Forest Tire, TDS, Hobbs Express, Thriftway, Lee County State Bank, Elite Home Healthcare, NMR Pipeline, and First American Bank of Hobbs. Thank you very much for putting us on the air. Without you, we wouldn't be here.
Thanks again to Evie back at the station. For Ron Gunner, myself, Ty Friend. Have a great rest of the weekend. We'll see you on Tuesday back at Tasker Arena.
Thank you for listening to Hobbs Eagle Basketball on Cool 95.7 and the Cool 95.7 app. Today's game was brought to you by Elite Home Healthcare, Thriftway, Hobbs Express, and the First American Bank of Hobbs. Hobbs Eagle Basketball on Cool 95.7 also brought to you by Forest Tire Company, TDS, the Lee County State Bank, and Lasco Construction. Hobbs Eagle Basketball on Cool 95.7, the Cool 95.7 app, HobbsAmerica.com, and the